Hello everybody, hello Philadelphia, welcome back once again to another edition of the Wolves of Broad Street podcast. As always, my name is Ryan Conway. I'm joined by my esteemed colleague and blood brother, Sam Glavin. And Sam, I'm hot right now, to be honest with you. I'm a little hot right now.
I am absolutely livid. It's that's all I got, honestly.
Yeah. I am like, my blood is boiling, and I'm sure most of the people listening can suss out why we're a little pissed off right now. And the recent play of the Philadelphia Eagles, Sam, has been certainly lackluster. No questions about that, really. So
absolutely abysmal.
Do you want to run it down for the people a little bit? What's got us hot?
All right. So basically, we were up, 2 points going into half against the Bills? That's got me riled up a little bit. I wanted them to be killing them because the Bills were not playing well that whole first half. Neither were the Birds. But honestly, it's the Bills. The Bills are going to be, in my head, eternally known for being bad.
Absolutely.
For forever. No matter how good they get or whatever. People were like hyping them up this year because they're 5-1, and I wasn't buying it because they're the Bills, and the Bills are always going to be the frickin' Buffalo Bills. And second half was better for the Eagles, but I shouldn't have to ruin my Sundays every time at 1 o'clock or at 4 o'clock or whenever they're playing. My Sundays get ruined now.
Oh yeah, I'm a nervous wreck all day. I'm sitting there, I'm sweating profusely, especially after I invited people over to my apartment. Friends of mine, Patriots fans, mind you. I let these people into my home. I opened myself up to them. Sunday night football against the Cowboys. And what happened? We got absolutely embarrassed, and I was embarrassed. Literally, everyone was sitting there like, what is this game? Like, what is this team that you're always so high on? Like, you were talking such a big game at the beginning of the season, and now here you are, and your team's getting blown out by the Cowboys.
See, I was at home. I was at home for this game, and Seamus G and I got together actually with our cousin-in-law, Jay Trio. Shout out Jay Trio for letting us use his house. And we were all so hype. I walked in the door. I immediately say F Dallas, and then they pulled that.
Yep.
Like what?
Yep.
Are you kidding me? Like,
it makes my blood boil. It really, like, now I am glad that we got the win. I will say, we stepped it up in the second half. We played a lot better. I saw a lot of good things out of Miles Sanders. There were some redeeming qualities to that game against the Bills. A win is a win in the NFL. It's not like college football where it's your strength of schedule. There's not some like a bunch of people in a room picking our fate. It's the numbers. We're going by the numbers. We're 500 right now, halfway through the season. This is still a salvageable situation, but I just don't think that we're in the position to actually salvage it. I feel like we still need to make a couple moves. I'm looking at you, Howie. I'm looking at you right now. We need to shore up some cornerbacks. We got this new defensive end from the Browns. Avery,
I don't even know who that is.
What? He wears like number 60 something. I'm like, that's an offensive lineman's number. Like, how serious?
Weird. And we gave up a fourth rounder for. I mean, it's a fourth rounder, but like
we gave up a fourth rounder for him.
Yeah, 2021 fourth rounder.
Who the hell is this guy that he's worth a fourth round pick?
I don't know. I think I saw like stats. He's played in like. He's had like 2 tackles in like 5 games or something, and I was kind of just thinking that ESPN was making fun of us with that headline, and I was upset. I was upset because at the time they said it's a conditional pick, and then they came out later that it was a fourth round pick, and I was like, well, I would probably rather have that fourth rounder.
I think the Browns were actually pretty high on him. I think we had to. I'm looking now. He's wearing number 50, so I'm gonna have to apologize to him there. He might be a little legit. You know what I mean? 4.5 sacks and 5 starts. That's more than Fletcher Cox has given us. That's more. I understand he's a tackle, but that's more than any of our defensive ends have given us.
Fair.
So, like,
but I'm going to stick with my guns and say, prove me wrong, Avery Gernard, or whatever your name is.
Is it Gennard?
Prove me wrong. You're coming from the Browns, so automatically in my head, you suck. So,
it's the other
prove
way
me
around.
wrong.
His name is Gennard Avery. Not Avery,
Gennard Avery.
Avery. See, I don't know who this guy is.
What I said before, he's coming from the Browns, and the Browns want to get rid of him. So, in my head right now, he's a terrible football player, but prove me wrong. That's what I should be saying about every Eagles player right now. Every single Eagles player right now, except for Carson Wentz, sucks. Prove me wrong.
Carson Wentz is... I wouldn't say he's blameless.
Really?
I wouldn't say he's blameless. No, because, it's a team sport, you know what I mean? And yeah. I feel like Carson can play better. I feel like there's even more to Carson than what we're seeing right now. I think he can be a little sloppy with the football sometimes. I think sometimes he tries to do too much occasionally, which breaks big plays but can also put us in bad spots. So I'm seeing a more mature Carson Wentz this season, though, I will say. I'm seeing someone who's a lot more comfortable in the pocket and is able to pick out these routes. But now we have receivers that can't catch. And why is it that the Eagles have receivers that can't catch? Why is that? It's in the name.
Why is it that these receivers were like some of the best wide receivers in the NFL when they won the Super Bowl? And we have the same set of wide receivers that we had, plus some even better ones. And they're doing worse. I don't understand how that works.
I get it is something to behold, really. Like, looking at the inactives list for the Eagles this year, it looks like you're reading off our starting lineup.
It's unreal.
I'm gonna see if I can pull that up real quick.
So I saw while you're pulling that up, I saw a really, really interesting thing on Twitter. And I shared it with Conway and Seamus G before this episode a couple weeks back. And let me see if I can find it. It's from a Phillies account, and it's comparing some Eagles players to some of the Phillies players. And I have never seen a more accurate thing in my entire life. Conway, do you agree?
Yes. This is something that there are some points that I disagree with it on, but like when you're looking at the core pieces of the Eagles and the Phillies, this tweet draws some very interesting parallels, and I'm very excited for you to share it with the
okay, so this
listeners.
Is from @Philly_Nation, and so it says the 2019 Eagles roles compared to the 2019 Phillies. Carson is compared with Bryce Harper. Deshaun Jackson is compared with McCutcheon. Miles Sanders is compared with Scott Kingery. Fletcher Cox is compared with Aaron Nola. Malik is compared with Robertson. Mills is compared to Bruce. Sidney Jones is compared to Roman Quinn. Ronald Darby is compared to Jake Arrieta. Aguilar is compared to Franco. Ertz is compared to Reese Hoskins. Orlando Scandrick is compared to Smiley, but that's kind of irrelevant right now because who cares about that guy?
Yeah.
And Howie is being compared to Matt Klentak.
Okay.
And then there are two. This is a fairly old tweet, but there are two previously free agents on this as well. Jalen Ramsey is compared to Marcus Stroman, and Jadeveon Clowney is compared to Patrick Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a really, really interesting list. Lots to talk about here. Conley, what's catching your eye?
What's catching my eye right off the bat is, my disdain for Matt Klentak. You know how much I hate Matt Klentak, right?
Oh, I know more than most.
I feel like, and I feel like you'll agree with me here too. The Klentak Howie comparison. If we end the season and Howie makes zero moves to improve this team, which he's already tried to do, he's brought in a couple guys. Nothing really big or splashy, so we'll see. I heard where he's looking at Darius Slay from the Lions, right. So we'll see if he gets a deal done. But if he doesn't, then I will have to say that Klentak comparison is pretty spot on because we have clear and obvious holes on our defense, and similar to our pitching staff, we just don't have the talent necessary at this level to compete, and that really impedes us as a football team. So if Howie doesn't do anything, that's spot on.
I completely agree with you. The one that catches my eye right off the bat is the Zach Ertz and Rhys Hoskins comparison.
Oh yeah, that's like, it hurts me to read that.
That one was the one that made me screenshot this tweet. Ertz has been non-existent this year.
That's true. He's on my fantasy team, and
yeah,
it's tough.
He's not being thrown the ball as much, but he's also not catching the ball when he is throwing the ball. And the same thing happened with Rhys. I mean, Rhys went off on like his first season with the Phillies, and broke the record for I think, what was it? It was most games with home runs in like a certain number of games. I forget exactly what it was. We could get that for you a little bit later. But and then Rhys just went completely. He hit like 150 in September, which is abysmal.
Yeah,
like that's bad.
Yeah,
and Rhys never really had like a hot month. He was just kind of lukewarm the whole time.
He was so lukewarm,
and then got really, really cold.
It's ice
towards
cold
the end there.
Yeah,
like, and it's just been. It was a really tough season for Rhys. Hopefully, Ertz turns it around, unlike Rhys. But right now, that comparison for me is spot on.
Who did you say? Who was it? Who did they compare Sidney Jones to? Roman Quinn?
Yes.
Right? That's ridiculous. That is honestly an insult to Roman Quinn. Because Roman Quinn can actually do things on a baseball field that will help his team. Meanwhile, Sidney Jones has been incapable of doing that since we drafted him, both due to injuries and now just because he's apparently awful. So I understand that Roman Quinn can't hit, but at least he can, field, relief, pitch. He can do a couple things. Sidney Jones doesn't do anything for me. We had Craig James, practice squad guy, come in for him against the Vikes. Yeah, against the Vikes. It's brutal.
Yeah.
So that's clearly I understand that nobody really cares, but because they're two of like they're not really the core of the team. They're not really
right.
The pendulum our success hinges on.
What I will say is that I think what the authors of this tweet are trying to say is that the injuries have been holding both of these people back. Like Roman Quinn, right when he was like starting to get back into the lineup for the Phillies, got hurt again. Like this was supposed to be Quinn's year to like show what he was about to do, and then he got hurt right at the beginning of the season, and then just like never came back until like midway through the last half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then just never really showed us anything. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's got it. Like I know he's got it. I've seen it before. Like when I used to go to the Lehigh Valley games all the time when I was in high school, and I would watch this kid. I'm like, dude, this kid is like one of the fastest baseball players I've ever seen. First of all, and he's got like a decent bat. So like, I wanted him up on the Phillies so fast, and then he just kept getting hurt, and it was annoying. But you know who else is also high on Roman Quinn?
Who?
Our new guy, Joe Girardi.
Is he really now?
Yes,
I did not know that.
I listened to an interview today with Joe Girardi, and he was excited. He was asked to pick out like a couple different players who he was excited to work with, and for some reason he said Roman Quinn.
That is exciting.
I think what he was doing was he was saying that there was a lot of talent on the roster. He was saying there are guys like Bryce Harper, and then there are guys like Roman Quinn who like didn't play much, but he's got the talent to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if Joe Girardi's saying that, then like we're good.
Absolutely. Yeah. Really can't complain there. Definitely words from a wise baseball mind. No question about that. Excited to talk a little bit more about that interview when we get to the Phillies. We got a little bit more to tackle with the Birds here, namely Orlando Scandrick.
Oh, jeez, this guy. I mean,
boy, what are you doing?
So let me. I'm just gonna put this into perspective for you, Conway. The man comes from the Cowboys, right?
Right.
Gets shredded by the Cowboys in the Cowboys game. Gets cut, then runs to Skip Bayless, who is a Cowboys lover, a bandwagon, whatever you want to call it. They can't even be a bandwagon because they suck. But yeah, runs and goes to Skip Bayless and rips on the Eagles. Mainly rips on the leadership in the Eagles locker room, which is absurd.
That is
because
so
Malcolm Jenkins is one of the best leaders in the NFL, and nobody can question that.
Yeah, clearly. Did you see the mic'd up clip that the Eagles released?
Oh yeah. That was going to be my next point.
That was going to be your next point. Yeah. That's a little.
So as soon as all that stuff came out from Skip Bayless, the Philadelphia Eagles, with the impeccable timing, just awesome. Whoever is on that social media team, first of all, I would like an internship. Second of all, you need a raise, my man. Like that was some high quality stuff.
How'd they find that?
I don't know, but I loved it. I'm so glad
brilliant.
I'm so glad that blessed my timeline the next day.
Mm-hmm. He's like, yo, man, like this is why you're the leader of this defense, the way you conduct yourself, like that's why you're the leader of this defense, the way that you play on the field and all that. He's like, on and off the field, like you're the man. And Malcolm Jenkins is kind of like, okay, yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah, he's like, yes,
always,
yeah, go,
yeah, like go Birds. But then, like, literally, a few days later, he goes on air, and just rips on Malcolm Jenkins.
Starts crying to Skip Bayless.
Crying to Skip
Bayless.
Little Cowboys pity party action. Ridiculous.
Ugh, nothing makes me sicker.
Ridiculous. Oh yeah. I've got this list of injuries up for the Birds, man, and it's disheartening to read this list. It really is, because some big names on it. Nigel Bradham.
Yeah.
If you had told me 2 years ago, like right before that Super Bowl season, I remember when Bradham got in trouble fighting a Cabana Boy.
Yeah.
Over the summer, I remember hearing about that on 97.5, and I was like, oh my, who is this guy? Like, I do not want him on the team. Then he had a great season.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this guy's awesome. And that summer, if you told me that I was going to be missing Nigel Bradham, probably the most out of anyone on this list, instead of other than Deshaun.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say
wrong,
as well.
yeah.
And we have really been missing his presence on the field, like really bad.
He plays so quickly and with such intensity, and that's exactly this defense needs that kind of leader at the linebacker spot. And like Camus was a special teamer last year. And like everybody else is like a converted safety, or like, or a nobody. Like, so nobody there.
Converted safety or practice squad guy.
Yeah, linebacker needs to we only need one great linebacker, but our great linebacker is currently hurt. So we're that's leaving a big hole. Nate Herbig, offensive guard, not really too concerned. Deshaun, obviously, the Andrew McCutcheon of this season. Him getting hurt has completely ripped apart like any dreams that I had of a happy, happy NFL season.
I can't believe we glazed over that comparison.
See, that's the thing about that tweet though, is that it's so accurate. There's so much to break down about each one of those comparisons that like it's tough to even keep track of them all. But Deshaun going down, dude, sad.
That killed us. His first game, dude has 150 yards and he's 3 touchdowns, and he's sitting on my bench in fantasy. I was like, crap.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like he was pretty comfortable there because he's been sticking around there for a while.
Yeah, he has been sticking around there for a while.
I saw somebody from maybe Philly.com tweeted about Eagles practice, and he was like, "Oh, over here's Deshaun Jackson watching everybody stretch. He used to do this when he was healthy, which might explain his injury." And I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, you're not stretching? You are not stretching as a professional athlete?
Well, not only as a professional athlete, but as a 32-year-old man.
Yeah, dude. I thought you were the mature dude. You're not stretching? And your job is to run fast for like a far distance and catch the ball. I understand cheetahs don't stretch. I understand that. but he's a human man. He may run as fast as a cheetah. He may be a blur on the screen, but that is a human man, ladies and gentlemen. That is catching
old.
And he's old. This is a father of 2 or 3.
Yeah.
He's been around the block. He's been in the league, I don't know, like 10 years? More.
Yeah, it's been like
more
10
than that.
years.
I think it might be a 13-year vet.
No,
I could be totally wrong.
No, I think I want to say he came to the Birds in 2008. Does that sound right?
Yeah, 2008 to 2019.
Yeah.
10,000 receiving yards for the Birds, I think. Or nope, that's just his career. 10,000 career receiving yards.
We brought that up on a few episodes ago.
Did we really?
He's like 3rd on the all-time list for receiving yards, and he like didn't even play for the Eagles for the past like couple years.
Oh, right, yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
He was just
absurd.
He's so good.
And now he's hurt.
As long as a 91-yarder.
And now he's hurt.
It's sad, man. It is. See, I came in mad, but now I'm just sad, Sam.
I know. Yeah, we came into this episode fuming, and now we're just depressed.
I'm glad we got it out, though, because I'm going to be able to... And especially with the win, I feel like that took a little bit of the steam off. Know what I mean? Having that win.
I know, but I felt like we were losing the entire game, even when we were up 20.
I didn't like watching that football game. I did not like watching it.
Nor did I.
It's not fun to watch Eagles games this season. It really isn't.
It's stressful.
Oh. I just remembered something. I've got a stat for you, Sam. I've got a stat about the Birds.
I love a good stat.
I got to find the stat. I sent it to you and Seamus G. Let me see if I can find it here.
Gotcha. Well, what I was going to say was I really don't like to watch or like sit down and use some of my time to get stressed out. It's the same reason. Well, it's basically the same principle I have for going to see scary movies.
Oh,
why would I go? Why would I go pay money to go get scared? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
That sums up how I feel about this Eagles team so much right now, dude. You really did it. And this is why I've got the stat now. So
yep.
You sent you and Seamus G. Seamus texted, "Wow, we're in the lead going into the half. Is that the first time this year? It's the second time we've been leading at the half.
Yes.
A 1-point lead against the Packers." And a 21-point lead versus the Jets. And then also the one against the Bills. So then also, every other game, except for the Atlanta game, which was close at half, we were trailing by 10 or more points. So we played 8 games. 5 of them we've been trailed at the half. And half of them have been by 10 or more.
Wow.
So 4 games, we've had to sit there at the half and go, let's hope for a miracle. That's not a winning formula.
No.
It's
And
not
I get the Eagles have always been a quote-unquote second half team, but it's because they've had to be. Because they sucked in the first half for every game.
We didn't score a touchdown in the first quarter until like week 4 or 5.
That's absurd.
Like, how is Doug Peterson an offensive genius if we're not scoring a touchdown? You know what I mean? You got to get one touchdown.
I saw a stat. We are when I was watching the game. It was like we're second in the NFL when it comes to points given up in the first quarter, only behind the Falcons.
Oh,
like that's bad.
And the Falcons suck.
They're
like
terrible,
1-7.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan is hurt. Like they're falling apart. Dan Quinn's about to get shown the door. I don't know how they were in the Super Bowl in 2017 and then just fell off the face of the earth. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Honestly,
yeah.
I mean,
it's those Patriots, man. They'll do it to you.
Oh yeah, with the Patriots. Yeah, their riveting schedule this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Before I move on to baseball, let's talk about the Patriots a little bit.
Oh yeah. This is we got to put someone in the doghouse, man.
Yeah,
we got to toss.
It is time. It is time for the doghouse. Brought to you by White Plank Floor Supply. White Plank Floor Supply. Like we said before, whatever you need in the hardwood flooring biz, go check out their website. Get recommended for a contractor in the Philadelphia area. Support those blue-collar workers.
Yes, indeed.
Seamus G sends us another picture on Instagram from a Bleacher Report gridiron. And it's a picture of a graveyard and Bill Belichick. with gravestones that have all of the quarterbacks' names that the Patriots defense have played against. And the gate entrance says, "Here lies the QBs who faced the Pats defense this season," with Bill Belichick in like a Grim Reaper outfit. This is from Bleacher Report Gridiron, and they have all of the different quarterbacks on gravestones. And here are the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, Ben Roethlisberger, Sam Darnold, Colt McCoy, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Luke Falk, Daniel Jones, and Josh Allen.
You have got to be kidding me with that. If anything, this is a post that takes credibility away from the Patriots defense. Those are 8 of the worst quarterbacks in the league today.
They're 8 of like the worst. I would say they're
on 8 of the worst teams.
Some of those guys are like some of the worst quarterbacks that I have seen in my lifetime.
Luke Falk? Sam Darnold's backup?
I had to be reminded who Luke Falk was, and the Eagles played against him.
Mm-hmm. We literally watched him play a full 3.5-hour game. We sat there. We watched us sack him 10 times. Didn't know his name.
The Patriots don't even have to be in this picture.
No.
Right now. We talked about this before the show, and there should be no reference to the Patriots nor Bill Belichick, and the picture could just stand by itself with all the gravestones of the quarterbacks and still be funny.
Oh, because then you go, there's Ben Roethlisberger. He got hurt in like the first half against the Patriots. There's Luke Falk. He's literally a schoolboy. Oh, Baker Mayfield. He's fine, I guess. The Browns suck.
No, he's not. No, he's
not bad, good. Right? Is he bad?
He's not good. The only reason
right?
people think he's good is because like people like him because
he's in all the ads, man.
Media and stuff.
His ads are great.
Yeah, his ads are pretty cool.
But yeah,
and
BR Gridiron.
Daniel Jones? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, get the hell out of here, BR Gridiron. You're going to the doghouse. The national media is going in the doghouse today.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For hyping up all you Patriots fans. I mean, I know we don't get too many Patriots listeners, but like half my friends are Patriots fans for some reason, and I can't even argue with them anymore because they're just so blind to the fact of the pillow that is their frickin' schedule.
You can fix ignorant, but you can't fix stupid. That's what my dad always told me, and I feel like that really applies.
Piece of advice.
Yeah, really, that's kept me from really getting into it with these people because they're so deluded by the rings, and that's great. Like that's fantastic as a football fan to see all these Super Bowls, all this domination. That's fantastic, but it makes you soft and it makes you unable to see the truth. They're playing a cupcake schedule. When they played the Jets with Luke Falk, that's like Alabama playing the Citadel and then going, like that's a win on our schedule. We should go. It's a joke, man. Like I understand that people. There's this supposed parity in the NFL, but somehow whoever the Patriots play are just whenever they play them at the perfect time to play them, and it's like it's ridiculous. Thank you for listening to the Doghouse, brought to you by Wide Plank Floor Supply. If you're building a doghouse, why not build the floor with wide planks? Go to wideplankfloorsupply.com. Get recommended for a contractor. Get some wide planks, ladies and gentlemen. Yes,
Conway, the Phillies, Joe Girardi.
Dude. Yeah, it's the offseason.
Girardi, man.
Yeah, let's get the offseason hype started right away, Sam. Let's just completely forget about what just happened, and let's just.
Who was my pick? Conway, tell me who my pick was for manager this year.
It wasn't the ghost of Tommy Lasorda, was it?
No, it was Girardi. I picked Girardi.
Oh, I know.
I picked Girardi.
That was a good pick, dude. That was a good pick. I didn't know we could even get him. I didn't think he was on the market.
Dude, we were in the market for 3 really, really good managers.
That's true.
We were on the market for Dusty Baker, Buck Showalter, and Joe Girardi.
Those are 3 of the best names in sports.
All 3 of which they're going to be Hall of Famers. That's it.
Yeah, I would say so.
I didn't really want Buck Showalter because he's a little old, and I didn't really like. He was good with the Orioles, but like wasn't that good.
It's the Orioles, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was the Orioles as well. And Dusty Baker is also good, also a little old. I like what Joe Girardi brings to the table here. So I listened. I hopped on to the radio.com app and was listening to 94 WIP with Johnny Marks and Ike Reese, and they were saying they were interviewing Joe Girardi. They had the honor of interviewing the new man in the city, Joe Girardi, and they asked him what do you want? What do you bring to the table as a manager for the Phillies this year? And he said, when I look at this roster, I'm looking for one thing and one thing only out of each and every one of these players, is how can I formulate them to create chaos on the field? And I just about started crying because I love that statement. It's what I've been taught my whole baseball career, is to just wreak havoc any way you can on the baseball field, whether that's dropping bunts down, using your speed, whether that's being an absolute animal on the base path, whether that's being the two-pitch closer that you need, like whatever it is, whether you're hitting bombs, whatever, just wreak havoc on the field and just make chaos for the other team.
Absolutely.
And that's what his philosophy was. And that is what Gabe Kapler lacked. Gabe Kapler didn't give a hoot and a half about what was going on that field as long as it was going by the numbers. And I hated it. And
yes,
I love the fact that Joe Girardi, they're still going to mix in the analytics. I have always taken a hard stance against analytics, because the Phillies were not using them correctly. I think Joe Girardi is going to mix old school baseball and analytics together and make a World Series caliber team.
Sweet, sweet music on the baseball diamond coming out of Joe Girardi. I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited to see some real baseball, have a manager that actually has a feel for the game, and also a manager that isn't just a total creep also. That talks like a normal person, and I mean, it was fun having Gabe around because I could be like, "Who is this wacko?"
Who actually had human skills in conversation. You know, he wasn't just like an automated robot.
Yeah, man,
that's also what I noticed.
Chip Kelly baseball, man, no question. Like, dude's a freak. Dude's a straight up freak. He can go back to posting pics with his nips out.
I'm shocked that nobody made the comparison to Chip Kelly yet.
I'm shocked. No, that's existed for.
Has it
since his first game?
Seriously,
since his first game as the Phillies manager. Yeah, because he had some. Remember his first week as manager during the regular season.
Yeah, of course.
When he just overmanaged constantly.
Yeah, I was not on the anti-Kapler train at that point. I was like, everybody relax, it's been a week.
Yeah.
But he was overmanaging, but it just didn't stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was mostly the hardliners coming out, the real old school. I went to see the Phillies before they played in the vet.
Yeah.
I saw I don't know, I taught Tug McGraw in preschool or something, one of those those people coming out of the woodwork going this ain't these numbers, if I can't use an abacus to figure it out or a sundial, I don't agree with it. Those were the people that were comparing him to Chip Kelly. Now there's I have love for the old school community, but there are some people on the far end of that spectrum that are just as crazy as the people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the way that was. But I'm excited, man.
The other thing about the Phillies that I wanted to talk about briefly is the free agent market.
Woo!
We talked about this a little bit last episode, where they really just need to go out and just get all pitchers, and I don't really care what they get position player wise. Garrett Cole would be just such a good addition to this pitching rotation, but he can't be the only one.
Yeah, and I feel like he's going to command probably the largest salary for a pitcher ever.
Yes.
Right? Both in total contract value and in yearly salary, I think he is going to I think Scott Boras is going to ask for $300 million plus.
Which he fully deserves, honestly.
That's crazy.
He has been unreal.
He's disgusting.
He's been unreal in this World Series. Just disgusting. Like, some of the movement on his pitches and just making the Nationals look so silly, which is one of my favorite things in the world because I hate the Nationals.
Oh, I'm so glad that they blew that 2-game lead in the World Series, and now they're down 3-2. We'll see how it goes. We'll see.
Yeah, they're down 3-2 and going back to Houston.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's over for them. It's over.
Well, don't say that. Don't. I want to knock on wood right now. No. Sam. Are you guaranteeing this? Are you guaranteeing this right now?
Yes.
Because if the Nationals end up winning, I'm gonna blame you for the rest of my life. It's gonna be your fault.
That's fine.
All right.
My credibility has long been pooped on for numerous things that I've tried to predict, and it just hasn't happened.
I'm right there with you, man.
So I'm just shooting shots from the parking lot in order to try and get back on track.
You're just you need that one big one.
Yeah, I just need that one full quarter.
You got to start small, man. You
So,
that's same thing happened to me, man. I said that we were going to blow out the Vikings and beat the Cowboys, and the Bills were going to be a trap game. You saw that worked out.
That's where I was like, you know what? I've been really killing it on the takes here. Just really bringing the journalism crability to the podcast. For the team.
We're experts. We're experts in the fields of sports journalism and international law.
We have a good time with it anyways.
Of course.
Nobody expected us to have our doctorates in statistical analysis.
Yeah, no, I don't think you would even want to get that, even if you had to do it. I think you would have found a different thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's pretty much it for me for the Phillies. I mean, obviously I would love them to get Garrett Cole. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention this. I did hear from a source that Garrett Cole might be staying in the AL because he hates hitting. Now, how reliable that source is, I don't know, but I don't really see why 2 at-bats per start would prevent you from getting $300 million.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But
I feel like
whatever, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, and nobody expects you to hit well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah, so like
honestly, I just want the NL to just start throwing the DH in there. It's honestly ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The game has changed. Like let's just fix it.
Let's just move past
the AL. I don't know how long the AL has been doing it, but they've got it right like for forever now. So they
thousands of years, probably, right?
Probably. I mean,
something like that.
I just need. It's way more entertaining to watch. Like when you look at a lineup and you only see like 8 hitters and then the pitcher, it's so disheartening. And then when I look at like the Red Sox lineup and they got like all freaking power hitters in their lineup,
yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, but whatever. That's a rant for a different time.
Just gonna do it for the Phillies. Moving on, Sam, you had a bit of a hot take earlier, saying tonight. Is it tonight or tomorrow? I think it's Tuesday night. The Astros are going to close out the World Series against the Nationals. I hope you're right, but it's a little outlandish, if you ask me.
Oh, is it? Is it
yes.
now?
Yes, indeed it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the episode. It is Outlandish Takes Anonymous, brought to you by Fingerprints Filthy, Philadelphia's premier streetwear brand. Submit your takes to our Instagram, Twitter, Google+, YouTube comments section, whatever. Wherever you can get in touch with us, we'll be listening. We have some exciting ones for you guys. User submitted. Enter to win a T-shirt.
I was very impressed with the turnout. We got on.
I was like, why is my phone blowing up right now? And I was like, people are actually sending takes in. Not that they haven't been this whole time, but
not that they haven't been. It's not like we've been making these up as we go. But.
No, yeah, I promise. But these are legit. Not that the other ones weren't. Send them in. These very real people have a chance to win a very real Fingerprints Filthy Wolves of Broad Street collab zip-up hoodie. It is steezy. It is steezy
indeed.
All right, Sam, I got the first outlandish take for you. Ben Simmons is an MVP candidate if the Sixers finish first. Thoughts?
I could see it. I mean, this kind of goes along with what we had a similar OTA last episode where I said Ben Simmons is going to be an MVP, is going to win the MVP in 2 years, but this one is saying that he could be an MVP candidate this year because the Sixers have a very, very real possibility of finishing first in the East this year.
Oh, there's no question. This is the best chance that we've had.
So
maybe
that is a take and a half because Ben Simmons is an MVP.
He's a little young.
He is very, very young without a jump shot still. Mm-hmm. I mean, it has gotten better, but
Giannis won without a jump shot.
I can't remember the last MVP we've had that didn't have a jump shot, you know? I don't think that ever has happened.
LeBron James.
LeBron James can shoot better than Ben
James,
Simmons.
Okay. LeBron James is a below average shooter until like 4 years ago. And he's in year 17 now, so that's like a real thing. He's improved. He's improved, but LeBron at this age, I would say had a similar jump shot to Ben Simmons in terms of quality and percentage.
Wow, so, but that's a take. That's an outlandish take on its own, right there.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he took him and he made him. But if Ben Simmons took threes as much as LeBron took threes, then he would hit him at the same clip. I can guarantee you that.
Wow, I like that.
I'll double the take, but
are you throwing yourself in there for the
sweatshirt? Yeah. I already got the sweatshirt, dude. You can never have too many. It's a white one, so if I get a stain on it and I don't get it out in time, which of course I would never do,
just take the new one.
Yeah.
All right, I'll throw you the next one. This is our very first college football outlandish take. And actually, the first time we've ever talked college football on this podcast before. Temple wins out for third 10-win season.
Book
since
it.
1979.
Book it. Book it right now. Temple Owls 10-win season. Temple made, baby. I've actually enjoyed watching Temple football this year.
I know.
It happens once. Yeah, dude.
I forgot you were hashtag Temple made.
Oh yeah, man. My
good old Craig.
Yeah, my dad went to Temple undergrad, so I've got the as a Philly boy, I've got that Temple love. Yeah. Always, man. Always. I got love for the Owls like nothing else, man. So I've actually really enjoyed it. Normally I cannot wait until basketball season, but this has actually been fantastic. So yeah, I think it's possible. I really do think it's possible.
Why not? I always root for Temple when they're on. Like,
oh yeah.
I just don't go out of my way to watch them like you do.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I wouldn't expect you to.
No.
All right. I got one.
Give us the next one.
I got one for you, man. This
one is interesting. Yeah.
This is this is heresy. This is blasphemy. This is
It is. It is.
I'm gonna have to get in touch with the Vatican because this person clearly like has a dark soul. Allen Iverson is overrated.
That's horrible.
I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna say it one more time. Okay. Allen Iverson is overrated.
That's outrageous. I mean,
yeah, that's stupid. That's
like what? And I would have read more into it if we had some evidence given to us with this, but this was just a single line in the DMs of the Wolves of Broad Street account, and nothing else was said after that. So
yeah,
I liked its outlandishness, but
I think it's the beauty of the outlandish take, the lack of context.
I can't argue with it because there is no context.
I'll argue with it.
Okay, go for it.
Have you seen the highlights, man?
Yeah, honestly.
Have you looked? Have you watched him play basketball at all? I understand that I was too young to really, truly appreciate Allen Iverson when he was playing live and in person, and that's something that will always be. I mean, I can't regret when I was born, but that's something that I'll be sad that I missed out on. Same with like MJ and guys of that era. But
yeah, of course.
Even looking back now, I see that Allen Iverson was unreal. The step over alone is it's one of the most iconic moments in all of American sports, not just Philadelphia. Like that, ESPN puts that up every year. Like this man is a legend of the game. I don't think he's overrated. I think his field goal percentage is a little low. But whatever.
Along with when he crossed the shit out of Michael Jordan.
He made him look a fool.
Yeah, he was a little older, but he was former defensive player of the year. Like, and he just made him look like he was a rookie coming out of, like, Kennesaw State or some BS like that.
Yeah, man.
Like, what?
Terrible. All right, it's definitely an outlandish take. We don't have to agree with them for you to win the sweatshirt. That's the thing. It's not our favorite take.
Yeah, that is the thing. That is the thing, indeed.
It's not the hottest take. It's a random drawing.
I will read this one out as it is. It's up there for me. The Bears will trade for Nick Foles and win a Super Bowl next year.
Next year?
Yeah.
This guy. Who is this guy? Well, they're not going to do that.
That's awful.
They're not going to do that. I thought on the show notes it said this year, and I was like, he's been out since the first quarter. But next year even. That's ridiculous. They spend such a high draft pick on Mitch Trubisky, and the Jags are not going to just give him up. Gardner Minshew is not going to usurp Nick Foles.
No way.
Nick Foles is a better quarterback than Gardner Minshew.
Nick Foles' collarbone may be broken in half, and he might not be able to throw a football the same ever again. So,
that's true too.
I don't really know what the Bears want out of that. Like,
yeah,
that's really,
I want to meet this. I want to meet this person. I want to sit down and just I just want to make sure that they're okay.
I know.
You know what I mean? Give them a concussion test. Put them in concussion protocol.
I thought about responding to him and saying, like, are you okay? Like, do you need help? Like, is this... And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to put it on there because it is just absurdly outlandish. I mean,
yeah, I really can't say that enough.
So with that being said,
that is crazy. So yes, indeed, this was Outlandish Takes Anonymous, brought to you by Fingerprints Filthy. Send these Johns in. One of these homeboys is going home with a brand new Wolves of Broad Street Fingerprints Filthy collab hoodie with the zip up John. It's gonna be tight.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Gotta love it. I've seen it.
Do you want to know what I'm even more excited for than that sweatshirt? Just the Sixers as a whole right now. I'm buzzing.
Yes.
I bought a flag. We're 2 games into the season. I bought a flag to hang over my bed because I had the Eagles one up there, but they're not playing well enough to be near me in my sleep, in my most vulnerable position. I trust the Sixers to take care of me and to protect me in my slumber. So, Sam, what's got you jazzed up? Because I've got a lot of things that I'm jazzed up about that I'll get to, but I want to hear from you first.
My biggest thing about this Sixers team is the team's energy and camaraderie that they showed even before the first tip of the first game of the season.
Yes, sir.
Everybody was going nuts over, that emoji with the air blowing out of the nose, you know what I'm talking about, where all the Sixers kind of just tweeted that and kept tweeting it more and more and more and more. I love when teams do that kind of stuff to get the fans just to get the fans going.
It was awesome.
That's the kind of energy that the Eagles had during the playoffs.
Yeah, man.
When they won the Super Bowl. That was the same energy. And that is my favorite part about it. All of these guys freaking love each other already, and they played 2 games, and they're 2-0.
Yeah, they've had one off season together, all as a group, not even a fullish kind of deal. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I was actually kind of salty though, because after I think Josh Richardson, he tweeted that they were adding one extra smoke blowing out the nose emoji each time that they re-quoted the tweet. So I was like, I'll quote the tweet and add one, and it'll be like a funny thing. But Mike Scott beat me to it by literally a minute. I pressed send, and there was mine, and then there was his right below mine. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Mike Scott's on it. 82-0.
82-0.
82-0. It has to be. That's how excited. Here's the thing. I always get I've never been so excited about a Sixers team. I know we've been saying that since the summer, and it's been building and building and building, but now it's finally come to a head. I'm going crazy right now, as you can tell. I'm speaking so quickly, and I just love the Sixers. I love NBA basketball. I'm
God,
so happy they're back.
I don't know why we keep doing this to ourselves, because we've done it for literally every single Philadelphia team that we talk about on this podcast, and they've been nothing but a disappointment. But we're gonna keep going with it anyways, because
I'll tell you why.
I just love these freaking teams in this freaking city.
I'll tell you why we keep doing this to ourselves, and because we care. But the reason we're doing this to ourselves right now with the Sixers is because this team is the real deal. They may not win the championship this year, but this is going to be a real basketball team, something Philadelphia hasn't had. I mean, we had last year, but we only had a real basketball team there, like a real contending basketball team, once we got Tobias. That was the only real way that we could even think about winning, once we traded for Toby and Bobby. So we had like 3 months of winning basketball, or 4 months of a cohesive, and now we have an even better team than we had before. We kept Tobias, we got rid of what's-his-face, I don't even care. We got Allen, we got Josh Richardson, Joel Embiid, Matisse Thybulle is my favorite player on this team, though. I will say. The way that he played against the Celtics, I understand he had a couple welcome to the NBA moments where Kemba Walker embarrassed him, but he didn't play a ton, and he was wreaking havoc off the ball. He was...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was reading an article today in The Athletic about the rear view contest, where basically guards in the NBA these days are so fast and it's become such a quick pick-and-roll league that a lot of defenders are going to have to contest shots inside the three-point line from behind the shooter. And you have to be very careful with that, because you can easily get called for an over-the-back or a foul or something of the like. So, and they can stop and you can run into them, and then that's 2 foul shots right there. But Brett Brown said that Matisse Thybulle and Josh Richardson are both probably the 2 best people that he's ever seen with the rear view contest. And Matisse is only a rookie. So he got cooked by Kemba a couple times, but he recovered and swatted it, or got a hand up and made him miss the layup. Like, that's what we're looking for. That's the kind of contributions that we need for this defense to work. And I love seeing it, dude, especially out of such a young kid.
Conway, I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna take one from the parking lot again. Here we go. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Matisse Thybulle, Rookie of the Year.
Book it. If Zion doesn't play, I'll qualify mine.
Zion's knees are gonna break in half. There's no way he's capable of playing an 82-game season. I'll shoot another one from the parking lot. Zion Williamson will never play 82 games in a row in his entire life.
Especially with load management, the way that it is these days, with a big body like that, he's got to lose like 30 pounds. He's got to lose 30, 40, maybe 50 pounds. He's almost 300 pounds.
He's got to lose some weight.
He's got to lose a little bit of weight. Because, we love to see this big guy flying around the court like that, but, dude, you're going to hurt yourself. And he already did.
It worked in college, but it's not going to work in the NBA.
Yeah, it worked against
a
bunch
of
string beans.
I love Duke, and I love Zion Williams. I loved when he played for Duke, but it's not going to work in the NBA. Mm-hmm. It's just not.
Yeah,
it's just not.
He's going to have to refine a little bit, but Matisse Thybulle has come into the league as though he's a mature defender. Sure, he's going to have some growing pains his rookie year, but I think that he is going to be... Do they have defensive rookie of the year? Is that a thing? Because he will be the best defender in this rookie class, no question. And he also...
Oh, no, I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's...
I don't think they do. I don't think they do. I don't think it matters. But I think that he is going to be one of the more interesting rookies to watch, because normally when guys come in, they're coming in... If they're not one and dones, they're coming in as mature players that are really good at one thing. What he's really good at, former Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, he's good at defense, and he's laying it out for all of us to see right away, and I love it.
Yeah, speaking of Pac-12, I know we talked about this a little bit last episode, but who's kind of going off right now? It's Markelle Fultz.
Oh, who the hell cares?
Yeah, all my non-Sixers friends, all my anti-Philadelphia friends are sending me these highlight reels of Markelle Fultz, and I'm just like, I could care less. Like it just had to happen. Like he just didn't do it for the Sixers. Like
he was done. He was done here. He wore out his welcome. We gave him so much support as a city and a fan base, and he was just like a pouty little boy, and it was like, I'm struggling, and these people, like, I need to go somewhere else. Because, like, these people didn't give me the support that I needed. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, like, all right, yeah, go have fun in Orlando. All right, you can dunk on as many people as you want in Orlando. I don't give a hell. I don't give a hell. I don't give a damn. I don't give a hell what you do, Markel.
That's how much you don't care. Is you don't even care to use correct. You don't even care to use words.
That's
how much you don't care.
Yeah, I'm done with Markel. I'm done. I don't want to hear his name on this program again unless he gets dunked on by somebody on the Sixers. I'm done.
Yep.
A name I'm gonna say a lot about this episode and in the future this season. Al Horford is a beast. All right,
Love
Al Horford's the Big Al, soon to be playoff Al. We're not in the playoffs yet, so playoff Al ain't gonna come out yet, but he'll be out.
Yes, sir.
He filled in very nicely for Joel Embiid.
Oh, absolutely.
He filled in very nicely for Joel Embiid.
The other thing is they play well together, too.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. He's not just like, he's not insurance. I mean, he's a great insurance policy for when Embiid doesn't play. Because then we just still have a center. We just still have a center.
Yeah, I know.
So it's fine. We still have, like, one of the best centers in the Eastern Conference. So it's totally fine. We can easily survive with that. But then when you put him at the 4... it's still unfair. Like, it's still just as good. So it doesn't...
I know.
Nobody's really having to make too many sacrifices, and they're having fun. They're sharing the ball. Toby dropped like 29 on Saturday night, which I love to see. And I'm excited to see how he played tonight again.
Oh, dude. New number, new Toby.
I love Toby. My buddy who's a Pistons fan, I brought him up on the show before. What up, Tove? He's... He has Tobias on his fantasy basketball team. He's like, Tobias Harris is my favorite player in the NBA. I love him so much. I wish we kept him.
Yeah, I
mean, he's happy to see him succeed. He's not happy to see the Sixers succeed because he's like, team envy and whatnot. But
yeah, whatever.
Go
Sixers.
Go Sixers, baby. 10-9-8.
10-9-8.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I am looking forward. Tonight there's a game. I know this episode will come out days after.
Yeah.
Maybe a day or two after. Yeah, I still want to talk about it a little bit. Against the Atlanta Hawks, the game's actually... I actually think it just started. But I'm not going to look. I'm not going to... But we're playing
I will say...
Hawks.
Conway, I will say that the Hawks are being slept on this season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody wants to write the
Hawks look good, dude. They look good.
They're an interesting team.
They had Trae Young... and their 2 draft picks, they get an A+ for me in the draft this year because they got not only did they get DeAndre Hunter out of UVA, who's also a Philly guy.
Yeah.
They also got Cam Reddish, another Philly guy.
Oh, I forgot Cam was going to the Hawks, man.
Yeah. So they are gonna be good if they can find a big man. They are gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw Cam Reddish play as an 8th grader, and now he's in the league. Like, what is that about?
Yeah, I played against both those guys.
Oh yeah, right, because you're in their league.
Yeah, yep. So I played against DeAndre Hunter. I actually guarded DeAndre Hunter.
How'd that go?
When we were getting smacked by like 30. One of my boys was actually putting the straps on him. Shout out Josh Cruz. He put his groin on my neck almost. It was an alley-oop from inbounds. The guy who passed it in was a commit to Loyola, and it was an alley-oop to DeAndre Hunter. I was standing in the middle of the paint, and all of a sudden I see this figure out of the corner of my eye, and it happened to be DeAndre Hunter. And luckily he missed the dunk. But he almost christened me.
Oh my goodness! If DeAndre Hunter baptized me like that and finished the dunk, I think I might have just left the gym. Like, I don't know what I would have
been. I would have been fine with it.
I think you would have been fine, but I would have just had to go. I would have just been like, you know what, dude? Like, you got it. Like, I'm out. Like, you can go ahead and have fun dunking on people, but you're going to the league and I'm not. So I'm gonna go get an orange slice and read a book or something like that. I've had enough. I just felt your balls on my forehead. I'm gonna hit the golf
course.
I just felt the slap.
Yeah. Anyways,
I'm excited. Yeah, dude, Sixers, baby.
Yeah, Sixers. Let's go.
Let's go Sixers. Let's go. I'm excited to see how this game goes. It's still early in the season, so there's not a ton. We got to let the storylines develop. It's a long regular season.
Really,
but I'm excited to see how it develops. I'm looking forward to seeing, this team come together as a cohesive unit. So, yeah. Really?
Conway. It is while it is basketball season, it's also Halloween season.
It is Halloween season.
And I think we should close out the episode with a little Philly 5. And this one's interesting. I like this one. This is in my top 5 Philly 5s.
Oh, we're gonna have to do that once we get enough episodes.
See what I did there? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do that sometime once we get a few more episodes out. But
no.
For this Philly 5, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go with our top 5 Halloween candies. Conway, start us off with yours.
All right, yeah. So Sam told me that some of these are a little controversial.
Yeah, we'll talk about it though.
Yeah. But these are, as always, in no particular order because it would take too long to make. That's
kind of become like a catchphrase for us. Kind of like Portney's pizza reviews.
Yeah, one bite, everyone knows the rules.
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
No particular order.
No particular order.
Yeah, so I got the 100-gram bar. I got the Reese's Cups. I got those little mini Snickers, Johns. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then I got the Twix. I don't have a preference between the left and the right Twix. I know that they.
Neither do I. I always
Some
thought those
do.
commercials were stupid.
I never liked them, but it sold a hell of a lot of candy bars. And
really
then I got to go banana Laffy Taffy. Just kind of a shot in the dark. I love those.
Love banana Laffy Taffy.
I freaking love them. They're delicious.
Very, very good.
All right, lay them on.
So I'll hit you with mine in no particular order. We have the Twix.
Hey.
We have the Three Musketeers, and we have Milky Ways, Laffy Taffies. I'm a fan of all Laffy Taffies. I love them, and Sour Patch Kids. But I guess to be a little bit more specific, I do like the regular Sour Patch Kids a lot, but I like the Sour Patch Watermelons. Yeah, I love the Sour Patch Watermelons.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem with Sour Patch Kids, Sam, is you eat enough of those, you end up smelling like a blow pop. That's my issue with the Sour Patch. Start walking around smelling all fruity.
That sounds like a you problem, buddy.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know.
Let's talk about these 100 grands.
What?
Come on, dude.
What? Dude, 100-gram bars are delicious.
They're weird. I don't like them that much.
They're an interesting texture. Here's the thing. There's
a lot going on in that candy bar.
Yeah, but there's too little going on with this list you got here, man. Three Musketeers and Milky Way are the same candy bar. Just Milky Way has caramel inside. It's the same thing. You got the same bar on there twice.
They taste entirely different.
Okay, yeah, that's because the caramel's there. I understand that.
Okay, so if they taste different to me, then
you're just putting money in Mars's pockets, man. That's all you're doing.
Isn't that what we're all doing with this list?
Yeah, honestly,
we're basically sponsoring Mars and Hershey.
This is not brought to you. I promise this is in no way brought to you by anybody. Except for, of course, Fingerprints Filthy, Wide Plank Floor Supply, and our boy Reed Streets. We got to shout out Reed Streets before we close out the episode. The Here Comes the Sixers songs. The Here Come the Sixers songs it's from our intro. It's now on Spotify. I don't know if you knew that, Sam.
It's on Spotify now.
Yeah,
really?
It's on Spotify now. Yeah, so I've been bumping it like in my apartment on my way to class.
That's awesome.
Like, Here Come the Six. So the song that you hear at the beginning of this episode, it's a real song. It's a sick remix. Check out Reed Streets. Shout out our other sponsors. Sam, great episode today.
We haven't given the Reed Streets a sponsor. No, it's not sponsorship, but a shout out in a while. So definitely shout out them. I'm glad that they're moving up in the world and moving on to Spotify from SoundCloud. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge SoundCloud guy, but Spotify is definitely a tier up from SoundCloud.
No doubt he's going to get a little revenue, a little streaming revenue. So
smash
those play buttons. Hit our boy up with some dough, right? Come on. Let's do it.
Of course. No
Let's
problem
do it.
At all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
This was a great episode, Conway. I will tell you. This is one of my favorite ones so far.
I had a ton of fun, dude. I love doing these. I hope we can get to do them a little more often as our schedules get figured out. But, go Birds. Go Sixers. Go Phillies, go Flyers.
Yeah, go
Seamus
Flyers.
G.
Quick shout out to the Flyers who are absolutely killing it right now. I mean, it has been a joy to watch my social media feed because I haven't watched a single game yet.
You're dead. Travis Konechny, 9 points in 10 games.
Travis Konechny, I love him. I love that guy. All right, we got to close it down now, Conway.
Yeah.
Thanks again for watching. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and all sorts of stuff. Keep sending in your OTAs. Conway, you got anything else to say?
Go Birds, baby.
Go Birds, baby. Hopefully they can turn it around. All right, Seamus G, close it down.